Patterns are inherited, but presence is chosen intentionally. It's intentionally chosen. It's not by accident. By accident, you can inherit some patterns, but presence, you choose to do that on a day-to-day basis. Take this journey with me. Let's define it. Let's build it. Let's live it together. What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning back in. It's your boy Kevin B. the Brand. So, you know what I realized as I pull my Red Bull? I realized we talk about building this legacy, but we don't talk enough about, pausing for a second, right? To look at what we've already built. We keep talking about what we're trying to build. Yeah, we defined it already. We're living it out loud, and we know what we're trying to get to, but we never pause to actually appreciate what we've actually done so far, right? So for me, being that we're 5 episodes in right now, I wanted to take a point. I wanted to take a pause real quick. And the pause here is it's a checkpoint. Let's check in with each other. We could keep talking, keep talking, but let's check in with each other because honestly, it kind of worked out perfectly at the same time, right? I'm not gonna lie to you guys. You guys know first of all, this is not gonna be an episode. I'm gonna start something new where we're gonna do legacy recaps. That's what we're gonna name this. So when you want to see what you've missed, probably about like 5, 10 episodes in, I'll try to do something like this where we just check back in with each other, see what we've learned, where we grew, what we're trying to improve on, and that's how we see where the growth comes from, right? And like I was trying to say, it kind of worked out perfectly because I wanted on episode 6 to start bringing on guests to hear other voices. You've been here with me, you've been rocking with me for about like 5 episodes now, and I wanted to give you guys different perspective of different people that's coming on, right? And the first guest, I teased it already, is going to be me and Kaden, right? Father-son conversations, right? It's only right. If I'm talking about building this legacy, I want to be the first person to come on is my actual living legacy, right? So, and it's still going to be Caden, but life happens. And that's another part we don't talk about. We don't talk about that part enough. Life just happening and knowing how to give ourselves some grace while life keeps happening, right? Because it's not like you're sitting there procrastinating. Life just literally happens sometimes and things don't align, right? And when we start and get ready to get into this piece where we're bringing on different voices, and now we're talking about not just your life happening, the guest life is happening also, right? So we got to take that into consideration. And let's be completely honest. My first guest is an 8-year-old, and our schedules literally did not line up, right? Because Caden is a bit of a diva also, and he felt as though he was not prepared to record yesterday for us to do it, but he was prepared to watch more Stranger Things. So I gave him the time that he wanted, right? We went over the script a little bit. He has his talking points, he has his questions. We implemented it into the show so we could have a pretty good show. And maybe he's nervous also. It's the first time he's going to be on screen because before, when we record stuff, it's just for our use. It's not really going out into the atmosphere. And now that he knows that it's actually going to be going up there, I think that's why our schedules didn't line up, to be completely honest, right? So I sat with it for a minute and I was like, all right. I literally sat there. I was like, man, do I just repurpose another episode? I didn't want it to seem like we're not doing anything or we got stagnant or we got complacent because that's not what it is, right? So when sitting there, I was like, all right, should I do a repurposed episode and like find a good episode that I felt resonated or got good followership or good content that came out of it? And I was like, you know what? Let's recap what we've done already. Because I feel as though all 5 episodes had hit something differently that will change the point of view of somebody that's on this journey with us, right? So in sitting with it, that's when I thought about, you know what? We're gonna start doing legacy recaps because that's what life happening does for us, right? it forces us sometimes to move. And sometimes we think that the move is we got to push through it. But sometimes the move is just a pause for a second. Not because we're behind, not because, but because sometimes you just need to, right? When in that pause, you need to see, are we still in alignment of what we're trying to put out there? Are we still, are we still in line with the vision that we thought that this was going to be? So far, I think it is, you know? Um, we've been talking about defining it, building it, living it. But the question is, when was the last time you actually circle back? You write down in these notebooks that we have, these journals that we have, these vision boards that we've done inside our Apple devices. You know what I mean? Like we set these goals, we set these ambitions that we want to chase after. We're chasing these dreams and all this other stuff. But when do we actually circle back and check where we are? Because we can't just wait till the end of the year. And then that's when we're circling back and then we're looking at all these goals and, oh my God, we only hit two. You know why you only hit two? We're not going back to the notebooks. We're not going back to the journals. We're not going back to our notes. And we're not circling back. We wait till it's the end of the year and then we're getting ready to do the next vision board. And all we're doing is just grabbing the same lump goals that we had since 20, in my case, since 2023. We're just pushing it over into 2024, then pushing it over to 2025. Because yes, we're setting the goals, but we're not circling back. And if you say that you're trying to grow, if you're saying that you're trying to build something that's bigger than you, then at some point you have to ask yourself, are we actually moving or are we just being busy? Like, really think about it. Are you actually moving or are you just being busy? See, I said Dear Legacy is going to be a movement, but it's a movement and a journey together. These past few episodes forced me to dig deeper into me. So now I want you to dig deeper into you. What's legacy actually means to you? Are you actually living it out loud? Because remember, I say this all the time, legacy is not what you leave behind. It's how we're moving daily. It's how we're showing up when nobody's clapping, when the numbers are not what you expected them to be. When it's time for us to circle back, what are we circling back to? Are we actually crossing things off? Are we pivoting because and when we pause for that second, we realize, man, maybe this is the way we needed to take this. We need to go into this direction instead, right? How are you correcting yourself? Do you even correct yourself when you realize that you're wrong? And the truth is, this mic right here, in the best way, has taught me how to reflect a little bit better into what I'm trying to do. It's not just about the celebrations. Not necessarily not about the celebrations, because we have to celebrate. And then we have to celebrate in those small victories that we're getting. And right now, I'm choosing to celebrate. We're going to celebrate the first 5 that we put out there. It's not easy. It ain't easy. It ain't just turning on the camera and turning on the mic. Like, we actually got to put in some work. It's not just random thoughts just coming out and I'm spitting and like I'm some guru. No, we got to sit there. We got to think about it. We got to digest it. How many times did I come on here? I said I had to scrap the episode and wake up at 4 in the morning because I got to make sure that because of where my temp studio is, I got to do everything before 6 before the lights start changing. There's been episodes y'all seen where the light starts creeping in through the blinds. But that's what it is. That's what defining it, building it, and living it is. But now we got to add the reflection piece. It's not a reset. It's not a pivot. It's not a grand reveal. It's just a simple circle back. Because legacy isn't about starting off strong. So, with that being said, let's just jump into this recap. Let's start from the very beginning. We jumped out here and gave you the tease. It was a simple, what was it? Six minute episode, 6 minute pseudo trailer where we talked about what Dear Legacy is, defining it, building it, and living. Our mantra. That's our mantra. We're gonna define it, we're gonna build it, and we're gonna live it. This is where we planted the philosophy of what this is going to be. That doesn't mean this is where it's gonna stay for the entirety. Things are gonna change. I could have sat here and looked at big picture, 5 episodes in, what have we done? Okay, we've done this, but is it still aligning? Right? Because when we're defining it, it's just about the clarity of the vision. The build part is about the daily discipline and living it. That's the embodiment part. Not just about the branding, the embodiment of what you're trying to do. Legacy is all about being active. No way is about being passive. Not what they say we're gonna, not about what you say you're gonna get done, but actually getting it done. And when you're present, it's hard not to feel like you're not getting it done. When I chose Dear Legacy, it's not about this the what do we call the clickbait terms, and it's the generational wealth and legacy. These are the words that's being tossed around. I'm actually, it literally was started off as supposed to be an open letter to myself, open letter to my son, open letter to my father. That's what is designed to be. And it took a leg in itself, and it's still the same premise. But in certain pauses, I was able to pivot in slight pivot, right? We're not taking a full detour, just a slight pivot. Legacy isn't a word that we inherit. It's the responsibility you accept. The tease wasn't about hype. It was about planting the flag. And then we had to define what the flag actually stood for. That's when we jumped into the trailer. The trailer gave us Life After 40, building legacy in real time. This established a transparency about what we're going to be talking about. I can't, knowing in full fact that eventually I'm going to be bringing on guests. Eventually you're going to come into part of this movement, but yet I'm not being transparent with you. I had to give you me, the full me by myself, nobody else. It's not an ego driven thing. It's just, I got to give you me, bring you in. Let's be vulnerable together. Now, when I'm bringing on guests, they ain't going to look at me sideways like, yo, why you hit me with questions like that? Right? It's not reinvention. It's about refining it. At 40, we chasing these dreams. It's different. We're not chasing the noise. We're not chasing the cloud. I hope that's not what we're doing. In meanwhile, I'm putting out there for you to see. This is documentation of growth. It's the process, not the Philadelphia 76ers process. This is a different type of process. Not pretending like I mastered everything. It's just in real time what really matters. How are we doing this? Y'all seen the cameras going out. Y'all seen the editing ain't thing because I didn't give the editor the right notes and all that. I don't care. I don't care. We're not here to be perfect. It's not a highlight reel. This is a true workshop being built to you, me, you, every day, every Wednesday, me and you. And think about it. It's supposed to come out every Wednesday. How many Wednesdays were we delayed by, like, and it comes out on a Thursday, or it's supposed to be out by noon and it's being dropped at 5? I could have easily have said, man, I already missed it. I'll just put it out next week. Nope. I'd rather be late. That's part of the 85. I'm not chasing 100% no more. I'm going to give you the 85. And then we're going to keep building off of that 85. The show isn't about arriving, it's about becoming. And it forced me to ask myself the harder questions so that when I sit here across from somebody else or virtually with somebody else, I know that they're going to be truthful with me. They're going to be vulnerable with me because I put it out there. Episode 1. I thought I knew what legacy was. I was wrong. That's the title in itself. It broke my old definition of what it was. Legacy isn't about money and status. It's habits, it's tone, it's consistency. You can be successful and still be off mission. In the military, you know how many missions we plan, hours, days, and we go out there. The moment that first bullet flies or that first convoy gets hit, all that planning just went right out the window. But you know what didn't go out the window? All that training that we did consistently, nonstop, all the finer details that we paid attention to. That's what it comes down to. Achievement ain't alignment, applause ain't purpose. Redefining it for yourself, not the culture's definition, not inherited pressure, not in the true intentional definition on what it is for you. You. Not what I say it is for you. Not what your dad, not even what your son and all that. What do you say it is for you? You can win publicly and still be losing privately. Let that sink in. You can win publicly and still be losing privately. Once I realized that part, it forced another conversation. What does chasing dreams actually even look like when other people depend on you? That's what life after 40 is. You're not late to the party. You're just on time. The average millionaire is what's the average age of a millionaire is 42 years old? Come on now. You're not late to the party. You're just on time. Let's jump into episode 2. That's what I gave you, the 5 truths about chasing a dream while raising a family. Y'all see the arc, the storyline? It's not just random episodes I'm throwing at you. I'm giving you an arc. I'm giving you a story. I'm giving you me. This grounded the ambition and the responsibility all at the same time to see where it meets. Because now we can't just be moving for self. Some of us are. And that doesn't mean you're selfish. If don't get this twisted, that does not mean that you're selfish. But just know that you got to move a little bit different now. Dreams cost more than you think it is when you're a parent. Your time ain't yours. Not only is your time not yours, I said in that episode, we hear all the time on social media, nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's coming to save you, and other people are looking for you to save them or guide them. Your family's watching the discipline that you're doing. What model are you putting out there for the next generation? The third dot in their legacy. What is it going to be? The balance. People like to say in corporate America, work-life balance. But what happens when work, life, business, and everything else comes in between? You're going to fold? You're going to quit? The crazy thing is your kids are not going to understand your grind, but they'll remember the presence. They will remember the presence. Think about how many times you thought about whether your parent was present or not present. You know what I mean? While I'm out here building as a father, I had to confront something even deeper in me. Episode 3, I didn't have a father, becoming the dad I never had. That one right there, I probably scrapped that. I think that was one of the episodes that I scrapped, and it led me in a different direction. This one right here introduced the mental and emotional the mental and emotional side that we're facing as men. We don't talk about it out loud. This is the one we're introducing generational healing. You can't break a pattern without a blueprint. No role models was there. Just intention. Healing while you're still leading. You don't need full closure to show up. Growth happens while you're in motion. I promise you that. Presence over ego. Being there is greater than being right. Consistency is greater than performance. Absence shaped me. We talked about that. But it doesn't mean that it gets to define me. It don't. It could shape me, but it ain't going to define who I am. But breaking those patterns is automatic. It isn't automatic. I'm sorry. I want to make sure my words are clear. It isn't automatic. It's intentional. And that's where episode 4 came in. Because now I'm going to talk about there's no blueprint, just heart. Choosing presence over pattern. This is what deepened the emotional maturity that I'm being vulnerable giving out to you guys. Patterns are inherited, but presence is chosen intentionally. It's intentionally chosen. It's not by accident. By accident, you can inherit some patterns, but presence, you choose to do that on a day-to-day basis. There's no manual to this marriage stuff, to this parenting stuff, entrepreneurship. Hell, there's not even a manual for 9 to 5, and they train you. HR brings you in and they tell you, hey, these are the guidelines. Then you get to your direct line supervisor. They tell you, hey, this is how we've been doing it. Hey, this is what we do. Hey, these are our common practices. And we still can't even figure it out. That manual is defective. You know why? Because nobody truly defined what it was from the very beginning. So everybody's been putting their hand in and their way of doing things on what they feel is it. That's what life is giving you. When there's no manual. When there's no manual, everybody's putting their hands in, especially if you don't define it for yourself. If you didn't define it for yourself and you're looking for others to do it for you, that's what's going to happen. It's going to be all over the place. Now, when we start off and we're learning, there's nothing wrong with that. Don't get what I'm saying twisted. You can take from others to learn, to grow as you define it for yourself. But you can't walk through life letting other people define it for you. That's for sure. Not when there's another dot. Not when there's 3 dots there. Leading with heart actually requires courage. The true vulnerability comes in strength. Emotional availability is true leadership. You don't drift into intentionally living, you decided. And then something shifted. It wasn't just about healing anymore. It was about the growth part. That's what I gave you in episode 5. How did I grow? How did I get here? How did some of these things, what led me to get to this part? That's what we got in 5. When love rewired me. That episode marked the evolution of the growth from that me to this current me and how I'm building and shaping the next version of me. Because, I say it all the time. I put a number on it, but, the Lord and Savior knows what the number actually is. But I be throwing out weird numbers like 94, 95. You know how many iterations of me there could be from 41 to 95? And I love it. I embrace it. I want to grow. I want to change. That's what this journey is about. I could think right now what legacy means to me, and tomorrow it could change. And by tomorrow it changed, and it's not because my philosophy changed and oh my God, I became so much wiser. It's life is gonna throw something at me, and then I'm gonna sit, I'm gonna evaluate it, I'm gonna come to you guys, I'm gonna talk about it, I'm going to be vulnerable about it, I'm gonna learn from it, and then I'm gonna grow from it. So my legacy just changed. Just like that. One incident that life threw at me is gonna make me change. Love changes the ambition of certain things. You grind different. You build strategically. Partnership is an infrastructure. Legacy isn't solo. I've said this before. Yes, when I hear people say I'm self-made, self-made doesn't mean you move by yourself the whole time. Self-made means you had the vision, you had the foresight, you got the funds, you put it out there, but other people aligned with your vision and made it grow to what it is today. Love softened up the ego. It's less about proving myself. It's more about protecting. It's more about the alignment. It's all about picking and choosing my battles, removing my ego out of the situation. Love didn't slow me down. It made me smarter. And when I look at the 5 episodes that the quick recap of those 5 episodes, I don't see content. I see growth. I see realignment. I see refinement. I see intention. What did I learn out of those episodes? I thought this show was going to be about motivating others, but then it became a self-examination about me. There was no hype, no energy, no true alignment. It was just, okay, we've been talking about this since 2023. It's time to go. We're in a position where we could now do this. Let's stay consistent and let's just keep going. And what I realized is vulnerability builds connection way faster than inspiration will. That's where I feel as though the inspiration is really going to come from. That's where I feel as though this journey is going to come together and the movement is going to take off and become bigger than what I actually thought it was going to be. And it all took for me to be vulnerable, give you me. And I'm going to continue to give you me. Because like I told you before, I'm not always going to have guests on. Sometimes you're just going to have to deal with me. I hope that's why I gave you 5. So you could figure out if you really trying to rock with me or not. Then I'm going to bring on some other people. But I realize that being vulnerable, it touches way more people than me being hyped, me bringing all this energy and all. Just me and you. Let's connect one on one. That's how we used to do it before social media. I'm from that era. The hardest conversations that we're gonna have are usually the most necessary conversations that we need. Talked about fatherhood and all different types of aspects, not having, then trying to become it, being the absent, removing your ego, learning patience, growth over performance. You know, legacy sometimes just requires you to slow down. You're not gonna lose momentum when you slow down. It gives you time to reflect, reassess. Are we still aligning with the vision that we said that we're gonna be doing? Consistency is going to bring credibility. There's no shortcuts. I'm not chasing a viral moment. Don't care. I don't care if it's the same 5 to 7 people that's listening. This is 100 people that's listening, 50 people that's listening, 1,000 people that are listening. I don't care. I'm gonna keep turning on the mic. I'm gonna keep turning on the microphone, the camera. One, it's not even just about it. It's therapeutic for me, and I get to go learn along the process. I love this mic shit. I love it. It's not work to me. Even when I'm building up to it, it's fun trying to gather my thoughts on how I'm going to put it out there, and you know, I'm not gonna say it. I'm in chat, I'm in Claude, I'm in also I'm bouncing ideas off of my wife. I'm bouncing ideas off of my inner circle, my social media team, and I'm like, what do you think about this? What do you think about? And then eventually it'll just click. Because we've discussed this. I've had episodes where I'm sitting there, the whole thing is all laid out. I got my notes, everything. Scrap it. I don't like it. And the time that I was going to be recording, now I'm going to sit there and rewrite a whole new show, and I'll wake up at 4 in the morning and redo it. Redo it. Because it's not what I was supposed to put out. But that's me knowing that I'm not looking for the viral moment. I'm looking to give you the information that's inside of me. And sometimes, just like I used to tell you guys, and I still do, and I owe you guys that, I'm coming back with it. My thoughts of the days, those are conversations with myself that I just so happened to turn the camera on. Those are the most craziest ones. Because I told myself, all right, 90 seconds, go. Sometimes it's more than 90 seconds. And I'll sit there and I'll chop it down. Because I know the attention span of people. It's not about going viral. I want to get you the message that there's a storm brewing inside of me. There's a thought that I'm having and I'm thinking, I'm like, man, I can't be the only one. I got to put it out there. It's selfish of me to hold on to it. If these first 5 episodes taught me anything, it's that legacy isn't something that you just talk about. It's something that you practice. Gotta practice it, gotta stay consistent. This microphone right here exposes you, and I'm grateful for it. Because the exposure is what's shaping what comes next. Because the first 5 episodes, they're in the books already. They're out there. We'll probably revisit them. Maybe. But we're gonna keep growing, we're gonna keep developing. And what I'm realizing is that this legacy thing it's built in big moments. It's built in it's built in the big moments and in the small moments. It's built in decisions that we choose to repeat, conversations that we're willing to have, patterns that we're willing to confront. And here's what I want us to start doing together as we keep growing. Don't just listen to the show. Do something with it. When you set a goal, I want you to write it down. You know, I have journals that I always have a journal with me. And I always have my phone with me because sometimes you can't pull out the pen and write, but I'm going to put it in my phone and then I'm going to journal it out later on. This habit started, this is something that started when I was in the military, when I was forced to have to write things down. You know, I got injured, got my Purple Heart, and for the longest of time, the blast it made me deal with memory, my short-term memory. You could tell something right here. I take 2 steps, I forgot what I was supposed to do. So then they forced me to start walking around with notebooks, writing it down. So then when those used to happen, I would be writing down my own thoughts and ideas, notes, scribbling it to the side. And then the notebook just became a journal. And then I started writing down goals that I want to obtain, things that I want to do. So that's what I want you guys to do. When something hits you out there, or even if it's in an episode, capture it. When you say you're building something, you got to track it. How are you tracking it? Because you hit a monetary value? Or is it because you went back and you circled back and you slowed down and you went and you checked the notes? You're doing the quarterly meetings with yourself or with your partner. And you're going back over all these notes because you tracked it. There's something to circle back to. If there's nothing to circle back to, you're just moving through life and you're telling people that you have goals. I wish I could remember this line verbatim, but it's like, dreams that I'm paraphrasing. Dreams that are not written down is just a wish. You're just wishing. I wish I could do this. Write it down. Set the goals. Set the foundation. Give yourself something to circle back to. It's not about emotion. It's not about hypothetical. It's actual. Because when you can circle back to it, did you move? Did you grow? Did you correct something? Or did you just stay busy? Because a lot of us are just staying busy. We're doing a whole bunch of things, but we're just being busy. It's just busy work. Busy, busy, busy little bees. But nothing is coming from it. Because you're not circling back. You're not figuring out, okay, these are the goals. These are the deadlines. I'm giving myself 90 days, 120 days. I'm giving myself 365 days. I'm giving myself 5 years. Let's not stay busy anymore. These next 5 to 10 episodes, we're going to start hearing different voices, different perspectives, different stories, different angles on legacy and what it truly means. Because this isn't about my journey. It's about our journey. Growth shapes us when it's in conversation. So as we keep defining it, as we keep building it, as we keep living it, don't just consume it. Actual participate in it. Write down the goals. I'm not going to sit here and do what I told you guys in one of the episodes when I did the thing and then did the prompts. I'm not that guy. I'm not. You have to be accountable for you. I'm putting it out there. I'm being the vulnerable one. Take my vulnerability and write down your own goals. Set your own standards. Write out your open letter of dear legacy. Write it out to the past. Write it out to the present. Write it out to the future if need be. I'm not telling you that's what you got to do. I did it. It helped shape a lot of my thought process. Then when you do that, set some days. Put it on your calendar. Set alarms on your phone. You can set alarms on your phone to do monthly check-ins, and it will alert you on your calendar, your reminders, all that other stuff. That's what technology is good for. Revisit it. Adjust them. Own them. They're yours. This is how it's going to become real. We're not going to slow down. We're just going to keep getting sharper. Till then, I'll see you on the next one. But for sure, make sure you're going to go define it, go build it, and make sure you're living it. It's your boy, Kevin B. The Brand. See you on episode 6.